All right, in this video, we're going to be talking about the state income taxes. Now, we are going to be talking about the state of Georgia. So, if you obviously go to another state or you live in another state, the state rules of your state will not may not be the same as Georgia. So, I mean, that's obvious, but you might as well just say it. And lastly, this is the basics of filing your income taxes. So, this is just the basics. There's not really anything that's too involved with this. We're just kind of going over the how and the why, and but not we're not getting into the nitty gritty. So let's get started. All right, so very similar to the video on federal taxes, why do we file taxes each year? It's to basically compare how much we have paid throughout the year versus how much the state says. So, like, if you look at your W-2, and let's say John paid, I'm just making some numbers up, $4,000 to the state. All right, to the state. I guess that should make more sense. He paid $5,000 to the state, and then Georgia said, "Hey, John should have paid, um, John should have paid 4,500. All right, so obviously John's going to have to owe. All right, but let's say John ended up paying 5,000, all right, to the state. Then John overpaid, he would get a refund. All right, so basically, again, we file taxes every year to compare how much money we pay to the, in this case, the state government, and we compare that to how much the state says we should have paid. All right, now you can file single, married separately, head of household. In this lesson, we are always going to be single. We're going to keep things simple, we're going to go basic, and we're going to be single. Now, the standard deduction is the dollar amount that can be subtracted by a person's income. All right. Now, the standard deduction for Georgia, we will say in this example, is going to be 5,000. I think it might have decreased to about 4,800, but we're going to use 5,000 as a nice round number. I think it was 5,000 at one point in time, and we're just going to keep it like that. All right. Now, a quick little side note about deductions. All right. Now, the standard deduction, all right, in the state of Georgia again is $5,000. Now, basically, what that money or what that number means, it's an estimation based off of how much possible deductions a person would have. All right, so it's an estimation. Okay, now you might be saying, you know what? I think I might have spent more than $5,000. So you can go through what is called an itemized deduction. All right, now what an itemized deduction is, where you're going line by line, like how much home mortgage interest. Let's say you spent, 2,000 on that. Property state taxes, let's say you spent 2,000 on that. Let's say investment, you spent 1,000. All right, medical expenses, maybe you had a bad year, there's another 2,000. All right, so you can go through item by item, because if you do an itemized deduction, you might actually have more than 5,000 5,000 that you could deduct. But most people just take the standard deduction. Again, it's an overall estimate set by the government that you would spend about $5,000 in just basic necessities of life. All right. Again, that's just the basics. All right, so let's actually get down to the actual nitty gritty. All right, so the Georgia income tax table is what you're going to need for this particular lesson. Okay, now John is single and filing his taxes after subtracting the standard deduction. He calculates that his taxable income is 42,215. The instructions tell him to use the tax table. All right, how much does Ron owe in taxes? All right, so here is a part of the Georgia tax table. Now, I specifically just chopped off the 42,000. All right, and what we're looking for is, notice the first two columns. The first two columns represent how much money he would make per row. What, less than, no more than. All right, so we're looking to find what row does 42,215 fit between. And if you look right here, and I'm going to highlight because I have that option here, it would be between 42,200 and 42,300. Now we are going to be single, so we're only going to pay attention to this row right here. All right, so all we have to do is continue our highlight. Boom, there we go, 2,345. So the state of Georgia says Ron should have paid in taxes $2,345. All right, that's how much the state of Georgia says he should have paid. Now, did Ron pay that? Well, that's not what the question's asking. All right. Now, example number two. Now we're going to get into what I just said. Kate is single, and she subtracted her deduction, and she found out that she has to. Her income is 98,418. All right. So again, using the tax table, let's see what row that number's between. Oh, there it is right here. It's in between 98,400 and 98,500. Remember, we're always going to be single. So the state of Georgia says that Kate should have paid $5,717 to the state of Georgia. Well, let's keep going. Oh, according to her W-2, she paid $9,760. So she obviously overpaid. So if someone overpays, is that an O or a refund? Well, it is going to be an O situation. Oh, I'm sorry, refund. Sorry. It'll be a refund. You overpay, you get that money back. Now, I know the question's not asking for it, but let's go ahead and figure out how much she's going to get back. She paid 9,760. She should have paid 5,717. We get an answer of $4,043. Well, there's the bell. We're just going to keep rolling. All right. All right. Now, here's our first question. All right. It starts off with a W-2. All right. So let me see if I can change the view to a dual screen here. All right. There we go. All right. So now, with a W-2, we've already talked about this before. A W-2 tells you everything you need to know about how much money you made at a particular job. Now, everything that's up here deals with more federal stuff. So if you're filing your federal taxes, you would look up here, okay? So you can actually see it. Federal income tax, Social Security, all that stuff is more federal. What we're looking for is state. On this W-2, the state information can be found on the bottom, okay? So again, federal up top, state down bottom. You can actually see it. It's very small print, but state. All right. So how much money did she make last year? Well, down here it says 76,350. All right. So 76,350. How much did the state government collect from her? Well, again, looking at the W-2, state income tax right there, line 17. All right. And that was $5,344. 50 cents. It has cents on there. I was hoping that this question wouldn't have cents. It does. All right, so here we go. After subtracting the standard deduction, what amount will she be looking up on the tax table? Well, the standard deduction, I wrote down here at the very bottom, the standard deduction for this problem will always be 5,000. Okay. So we've got to take how much money she made, and we need to subtract 5,000 from it. So we will be looking up 71,350. Okay. So based on the state tax table, all right, so this is where we need to do the state tax table. So let me bring that in. There we go. All right. So the state tax table, it's a little much, but it's very easy to see. It's just broken up into thousands. So like there's 1,000, there's 8,015. We are looking for 71,350. All right. So 71,000. So we're going to scroll down. And the more you work with this table, the easier it'll get. This is actually, I mean, it just looks like a lot. It's actually pretty easy. All right, so there it goes, 71,350. All right, so it would be, there's my line. It would be in between these two numbers. So we're single, so we always take the one to the left. So 4,091. All right, so 4,091. So how much should she have paid? She should have paid 4,091. She ended up paying, now again, folks, she ended up paying 5,000. She should have paid 4,000. So that means she overpaid. So if you overpay, you get a nice refund. All right. Now, how much will that refund be? Well, a simple subtraction problem will do it. $5,344.50 minus what she should have paid. So 5,344.50 minus 4091. She should have paid, or I'm sorry, she'll get a refund $1,253.50. Okay, very, very simple. Let's try another one. All right, for our next question, it is Jane, and here's Jane's W-2. All right, so again, all we're looking for is basically, again, there's a lot of information on this W-2. Really, the two numbers that we need is line 16 and 17. That's really all we need. Again, remember, we're talking about the basics here. So how much money did she make? Well, she made 48,550. How much did the state government take from her? 1,535. After subtracting the standard deduction, remember the standard deduction down here will always be 5,000. Ends up being 43,550. That's the number I'm looking for. So let me bring out the table. So I'm going to be looking at the 43,000 mark. As you can see how everything is divided up, column and row. Oh, there's 43,000. There it is, 43,000. That's my 43,000s. So let's see, what do I need? 43,550. 43,550. Oh, there it is. It's in between 43,500, 43,600, 2423. So she should have paid $2,423, but notice she only paid 1535. So she didn't pay enough. So that's going to be an owing situation. Now, how much will she owe? Again, simple subtraction problem will help us out here. And that gives us $888 that she will have to pay to the government. All right, last question. All right, so what we have is John Doe. All right, so again, another W-2. Remember, all the information here will be given line 16 and 17. That's really all you need. How much money did he make last year? Well, he made 99,630. How much did the state government collect from him? 5,155. After subtracting, again, that's the infamous 5,000. So the number we'll be looking for is 94,630. That's the number we're looking for. So going to our table again, 94,000. There's my 94 right there. Let's see, 94,630. All right, so again, here's my 94,000. So 94,630. Up there it is. It's going to be between line 600 and 700. 5,489. So 5489 is so 5489. I think it was 5489. It was. All right, so again, compare. He should have paid 5,400 or 5489. He ended up paying only 5155. He did not pay enough. That is an owing situation. All right. So how much will he owe? Again, simple subtraction problem. He will owe $334. All right. Well, that's it. That's how that again, that is the basics. Now, of course, we could have gotten a lot more involved with the tax forms and all that, but we just covered the basics, just the basic math of filing your taxes. So hopefully you learned something. We will talk to you later. Bye-bye.